If there's a lot of play, there's probably a good reason not to buy that firearm. Again, you're gonna pull up the hammer back. You're gonna feel what it feels like. Maybe press the trigger and ride that hammer home just to see how everything feels. If it is too soft or too light, excuse me, if the trigger, like you sneeze and it goes off, maybe pass it up. Maybe there was some kitchen table gunsmithing going on there that you don't want to deal with. Cylinder gap is another thing. If the cylinder is slid too far forward or too far back, or again, if there's a lot of play in there, maybe not so much. Okay. If there's too much gap, you might lose a little bit of velocity out of that projectile as it comes out. And if the cylinder is out of time just a hair, and you're starting to shave some of the projectile as it comes through, and you're getting, whether it be brass or lead that's coming out of the cylinder gap, that is a major issue, and you don't want to deal with that. Okay. Next thing, back to semi-autos. You want to look at the magazines. Okay, look for weak springs. Maybe somebody kept the mag loaded for an extended period of time. New magazines, it's not such a big deal. The new metals and components that they're using on magazines for modern times, you can leave those loaded for a much longer time. If you're looking at something from the 80s or the 90s, you're going to probably have some weak springs anyways. But if the follower really has a hard time pushing all the way up to the feed lips, there's a spring issue. Now that can be remedied. You can buy new springs. That's not a deal breaker, but that's something you need to pay attention to. Again, it gives you an idea of how much the gun was used. Look at the feed lips. That's the very top of the magazine where it tapers and the cartridges kind of get stuck at the top of that magazine. Look at those feed lips. If there's weird wear patterns on the top of those feed lips, there could be an issue on how the frame receives that magazine. It might be taking them too high up. There might be some maintenance issues there. Or it might also tell you that that mag has been dropped a lot. Maybe that gun was used in competitions. There's a lot of things you can learn from a magazine. If it's just a loose spring or a weak spring, that's not a deal breaker. You can buy new springs. It's not that big of a deal. Let's see, where was I? Let's talk about, same thing, cracks, that kind of stuff. Magazines, that's not a deal breaker. You can buy new magazines unless it's something extremely rare, or if it's something like a Staccato where mags are almost $100 a piece. Be really mindful about what you're looking at. Okay. We talked about the feed ramp. Okay.